They say the lion roars only when it knows who it is. But what if the lion is not outside, but within you? In the vast, silent theater of the eternal cosmos, a solitary lion walks. This is no creature of flesh and bone, but a being of pure spirit. It is the Lion of Brahman, the resonant echo of pure, unadulterated being, the ultimate symbol of the true self that sees beyond and transcends all illusion. It is the manifestation of what we are when all that we think we are has fallen away. This lion represents the core of existence, the undying flame that burns at the heart of reality, untouched by the shadows of the fleeting world. It moves not through a physical jungle, but through the boundless landscape of consciousness itself. Its every step a testament to the indestructible nature of the soul. It is the promise of a truth waiting to be discovered, a power dormant within every living thing, a silent king reigning over the inner kingdom. The lion and the illusion. The lion possesses a profound and unshakable fearlessness. But this courage does not spring from a desire for dominance or a hunger for power over others. Its strength is born from a deeper source, an innate, unwavering memory of its true nature. In the dense and tangled forest of life, most creatures exist in a perpetual state of fear. They are haunted by the specter of loss, crippled by the dread of failure, and paralyzed by the ultimate terror of death. These fears are the bars of a cage they build around themselves, trapping them in a narrow, painful existence. But the lion knows a liberating secret. It was never separate from the forest. It understands that the very same breath that whispers through the leaves of the ancient trees is the same breath that moves within its own powerful lungs. The life force that nourishes the earth is the same energy that courses through its veins. It sees the world not as an adversary to be conquered, but as an extension of itself, a grand dance of which it is an inseparable part. This realization dissolves all fear, for how can one fear what one is? This is the wisdom that sets the lion apart, turning the jungle of fear into a garden of belonging. The Lion is Brahman within the profound philosophy of Advaita Vedanta. The teaching of non-duality lies a central truth. Brahman is the single, infinite, and indivisible reality that encompasses all of existence. And Atman, the individual true self, is not merely a part of Brahman, but is one and the same with it. The lion, in its majestic and self-aware presence, becomes the living, breathing metaphor for this ultimate unity. It embodies the principle that the individual soul and the universal consciousness are not two, but one. When this great lion gazes into the still, reflective surface of a pristine lake, it does not see another creature staring back. It does not perceive a separate entity, a mere reflection of fur and muscle. Instead, it beholds the face of the cosmos itself. In the depths of its own eyes, it sees the swirling galaxies, the distant stars, and the endless expanse of space. The reflection is not an image of a body, but a portal to the infinite. In that moment of pure seeing, the distinction between observer and observed collapses, and all that remains is the singular, all-encompassing reality of Brahman, perfectly mirrored in the soul of the one who has remembered its source. The roar of awakening. There comes a pivotal moment in the journey of the spirit when the profound, unbroken silence finally breaks. In this instant, the lion lets out a mighty and earth-shaking roar. This sound, however, is not a cry of aggression, a challenge to a rival, or a declaration of territorial dominance. It is something far more significant. This roar is the very sound of realization. It is the soul's explosive and triumphant remembrance of its own boundless, infinite nature. It is the definitive shattering of the chains of illusion and the final obliteration of the false self. The vibration of this roar echoes through the hearts and minds of every being still asleep, lost in the dream of separation and limitation. It is a powerful, primal call, a cosmic alarm clock ringing through the valleys of ignorance, urging them to awaken from their slumber. The roar is a transmission of truth, a shockwave of enlightenment that reverberates through the fabric of consciousness, reminding all who hear it of the magnificent, divine potential that lies dormant within them, waiting to be unleashed. The inner lion deep within the core of each and every one of us, that same majestic lion lives. It is not a distant myth or a philosophical concept. It is a living presence, a divine spark waiting patiently behind the thick, obscuring layers of doubt, fear, and accumulated forgetfulness. Our anxieties, our insecurities, our identification with our limited ego, these are the veils that hide its face from us. The practice of meditation is the sacred path that leads us back to it, the journey inward to reclaim our forgotten royalty. Each conscious breath we take acts as a gentle solvent, dissolving another layer of illusion. With every moment of stillness, another veil of confusion thins and fades away. The process is a gradual unveiling, a patient stripping away of all that is not our true self. This path continues until one day we stand face to face with our own inner divinity, our true self in all its resplendent glory. And in that breathtaking moment of reunion, we realize the ultimate truth. We were never small, we were never broken, and we were never anything less than utterly and completely divine. Union with the cosmos, when the lion, having awakened to its true nature, finally comes to rest. It does not lie apart from the world. It does not separate itself into a state of isolated bliss. Instead, it merges with everything. Its very being dissolves and becomes one with the fabric of existence. The distant stars, the rushing wind, the flowing rivers, the ancient mountains, all of these are no longer external objects but are recognized as pulsing with the very same life that animates the lion. In that profound, absolute stillness, the artificial constructs of I and the universe completely dissolve. There is no longer a self that perceives and a world that is perceived. There is only the singular, unified, infinite roar of being, a silent sound that is the heartbeat of all that is, was, and ever will be. This union is not an annihilation, but a supreme expansion, where the drop returns to the ocean and realizes it is always the ocean. The Lion of Brahman is not merely a story of a magnificent creature, but a map to your own profound awakening. You are that roar of realization. You are that deep creative silence. You are that infinite, eternal self. The universe does not live somewhere outside of you, separate and distant. It breathes within the sacred chambers of your very own soul,